Anken Ma'at, please join in. I am hoping that you will join us. I will not be here long today. I've just popped in quickly from my study to talk to you all briefly about the events for Baba Heru and to celebrate our divine ancestor Baba Heru, Anken Ma'at. Anken Ma'at to Sanek Cortia, she's here. I'm so happy that she's here. One of our full members. Anken Ma'at Sanatan, one of our full and active members. I'm so pleased that you all are here. Let me go ahead and say that unfortunately I will not be here with you long today while preparing for you. You all know that I'm not yet a parent. Hopefully that will change, at least not a primary parent. Hopefully that will change soon. I'm working on it. But let me also say to you that the closest thing that I have to a child is my nephew. My nephew is much like my son. Some of you have met him. He's been to a few of the Shrine of Ma'at events. He has an emergency. So I am being, I guess, recruited into action to help with his car. And so that is what I will need to do. And I wanted to talk to you very quickly about what was going on next week at Baba Heru's event. And so we'll do that in a few moments. I'll play something that I made for his first celebration, and then we'll be out today. I must apologize for not being able to be with you for an extended period, but I must once again say that I am hoping that you are thinking about our elder, our ancestor. I'm hoping that many of you will be tuning in next week for the tribute to him. It is so important that we attend. I must say that let me make sure you have that information. I must say that I am truly thinking about how this will actually occur, how this will affect our shrine, because clearly you should know that any celebration of our elder is a really critically important event for us. We must make sure that we all are thinking about Baba, that we all are remembering Baba. Here is the latest from Instagram. You should know that it is planned, and I believe this is still the plan. It is planned that the events will take place next. Let's go here. Next Saturday and Sunday. They'll take place on the 6th and the 7th. You should know that Saturday the 7th, there's supposed to be a celebration at the Caribbean Cultural Center. That is not in Harlem. I think that they've gotten that a little confused. And then Sunday will be the event at Medgar Evers College. And so these are two important events. I'll be speaking at the event on Sunday. And so I'm hoping that you'll attend. We'll say a little bit more about this before we conclude. But you know that when we begin, I usually ask that you tell us how long you have been part of Kemetic Ascension and where in the world you are. We see so many of our members, the folks who are regularly present in Kemetic Ascension, who are part of this important gathering. As I was saying to some of you who had not been in a little earlier, I won't be here long. I have some urgent things to take care of, and then I'll be traveling all this week in Florida. So there's a lot going on. And so I popped in here to make sure that I could give you the latest information on Baaba, greet our community, give you all my myrrh, and then be out. And so right off the bat, I should say just Ankin Ma'at and greetings to Sen Curtis Jackson, who is coming to us from Painesville, Ohio, one of our full members. Ankin Ma'at to Michael Guest, who is here. Ankin Ma'at to Heru Jehuti Pata Umika Temra, who is one of our full members. Ankin Ma'at to you. I already said, I believe Ankin Ma'at to Senatan, coming to us from the Windy City. I believe he's at home in the Windy City. And Ankin Ma'at to Sinet Cortia, who is out in the ATL. Ankin Ma'at to Taseti. Ankin Ma'at to Daryl D. Nice Nutter, who is in Philadelphia. Ankin Ma'at to you. Anything live? Are you wondering about whether there's going to be streaming? I will confirm that. But what I will say to you is that you should actually follow Baaba Heru Creates on Instagram. We'll make sure that that information is posted there. And any information about streaming will also be posted in the Shrine of Ma'at page too. Ankin Ma'at to DZ Ankh, who's coming to us from Buffalo. He's been here for years. I don't count him. Yeah, you've been here for a long time, Ankin Ma'at. Ankin Ma'at to Clee Ford. Cleo Ford is actually one of our full members. Ankin Ma'at. Ankin Ma'at to Stas said he tells us that he's from Denver. Ankin Ma'at to you. Ankin Ma'at to Ron Green, who is coming to us from Alton, Illinois, and been with us for over 3 years. Ankin Ma'at to Devin, who says he believes it's been 6 years. It's been a long time, right? Yes. Atlanta, been part of at least 4 to 6 years listening, and became an initiate 3 or so years ago. Yes, Sinet Cortia has been with us for a long time. Ankin Ma'at to you. Ankin Ma'at to Yashira Ya, Sakina Ra. Sinet Sakina Ra is a full member and very active as well. Sakina Ra, you're saying you're in Wisconsin? Wow, she travels. She travels. Are there blizzards in Wisconsin? I heard that we were part of the country was going to be experiencing some really serious snow events. I traveled to upstate New York to drop my stepson off at college yesterday, and there was snow everywhere. Reminded me of going to school in Ithaca, New York at Cornell, and it was sometimes miserable in the snow. Thankfully, it did not snow when we were there, but you could see they had a serious snow event, maybe about 4 or 5 inches. And so definitely we're getting into the period where snow is going to be in a large section of the United States. Let's see, Ankin Ma'at to, and Senate Cortia saying happy Barbados independence to all as well. I didn't realize today was Barbados's Independence Day. Ankin Ma'at to you. All of you who are part of the Bayesian community, the Barbadian community, who are really celebrating how you have taken, I guess, the destiny of your island into your own hands. So Ankin Ma'at to you. Ankin Ma'at to Tiffany Stewart, who's coming from Paterson. I'm assuming you mean Paterson, New Jersey, right? And coming back and forth 3 and 4 years. 3 to 4 years, tuning in, following debates on YouTube, and the same, listening to Baaba Heru as well. Ankin Ma'at to you. Ankin Ma'at to Sinet Shen Ka, who is here from the DMV, a very active member, and the person who, with our priest, Waziri, runs the prayer gatherings on Sundays as well. Ankin Ma'at and dua to her, eternal dua to her, coming to us from the DMV. Ankin Ma'at to Tehuti Forever, who is here as William Humphrey. Ankin Ma'at, Ankin Ma'at. Ankin Ma'at to Obaseki Land. Is this a new live or is this an old video? Well, obviously you hear me reading your message, so we are live. Ankin Ma'at to, didn't I see Sen Garrick somewhere? Garrett from Arizona. Ankin Ma'at to Garrett from Arizona. But I thought I also saw Sen Garrett, who That reminded me, maybe he popped in. Didn't I see Sen Garrett here someplace? I think I missed him. But definitely we have Devin, who is Garrick from Arizona. Wait, that is Sen Garrick. Yeah, I think that's your picture because he's in Bennu. I think that's you, Ankh Ma'at, one of our full members. Please say Ankh Ma'at to your queen as well, who is also a full member. I believe that's you. Just a different tag, so I wasn't sure. Um, are you do you not guys know who runs Dr. Ben Yosef's historical institution he started for Africa, for African history? Um, I don't know, but I could find out. I'm not exactly sure which institution you're referring to, but Dr. Ben and his students, I'm one of them, have been active for a long time. I'm not sure which organization you're referring to, but I'm connected to most of the people who were close to him over his years of teaching. So Ankin Ma'at to Lane Grubbs. Ankin Ma'at to you, one of our full members. Ankin Ma'at. Ankin Ma'at to, I think I've got, Rich Duglin, one of our full members. Ankin Ma'at. Devin is your middle name. I didn't know your middle name, but that is you, Ankin Ma'at. And Dwa, one of our full members who is active as well. You've seen the same title on 2 other Kemetic Ascension lives. Similar titles. I tried to make today's a little bit different so you knew that it was not me playing something that we'd already done. And so definitely this is a live video, but recognize that when your shrine elder dies, you're going to be talking about him a lot. And so I'm popping in here quickly before changing my clothes. To be transparent with you, I'm wearing my jeans. That's not usually how I come to you in Kemetic Ascension, but I'm going to be tossing on other clothes and running out to assist him because he's stranded right now. I believe our cousin is going to be there with him any moment now, so he's not in any danger, but definitely I will need to be pressed into service as one of his father figures. He needs my assistance. So that is what I'm probably going to be doing that really shortly. Ankin Ma'at to Hudi Ma'at Ra Sirius, coming to us from Galveston, Texas. Ankin Ma'at. You need to reach out to Marquette Devon Burton for a debate on Kemetic spirituality. Well, I don't, believe it or not, as many debates as I've had, I don't reach out to anyone to debate. There have only been like 1 or 2 people that I've actually wanted to have that kind of conversation with. But definitely I've seen some of his stuff. I think it's popping up in my feeds now I think it's on YouTube that I'm beginning to see his stuff. And I don't know much about him, but definitely it's something. If you think that there's something he's talking about that might make a discussion with him helpful, please send me more information. I don't usually get debate stuff to my Shrine account. Send it to jabariosaze@hotmail.com, and we'll have a conversation. Some of you may know that I had a debate on Hamnetta Waziri is in the hospital. Really? I was not aware of that. I need to definitely check in and see what's going on with him. I'll call Sanet Tara. He's in the hospital. Dwa for the update. I will check in with Sanet Tara, his mate, as soon as I'm off the live. While I'm in the car, I'll call her. I'm wondering what's happening with him. And I won't ask it if it's serious, and I don't know if it's appropriate to discuss that here. But I will say that we should all collectively put forward our divine energy and ask for the Seneb of Hamnetta Waziri, one of our priests, one of our very active members. I must say that he has been more than just a member of our shrine, but a good friend of mine for a good long time. My life is so complex right now. There's nothing bad. It's just complex. I'm juggling balls, and some of them are clearly hitting the ground. I was not aware of what was going on with Hamnetta Waziri, and I will check in and see what's going on. He's in New York, so maybe I could even go visit him if he's there for an extended period. I will definitely check in with him. He's had some health issues And so and that's not a secret. I'm not sharing anything that I should not share here. But I'll definitely do that. Some of you, and Ankin Ma'at to Pierre Quinton, Ankin Ma'at to Sarabi Queen, Ankin Ma'at to God Ra Toth, Ankin Ma'at to, I think I've gotten everyone. Ankin Ma'at to Naima Ra, Ankin Ma'at, Ankin Ma'at, Ankin Ma'at. Ron Green is saying the debate Friday night was wild. Yes, my voice has still not recovered. It has not recovered. And I did have a debate talking about the historicity of Jesus Christ. Of course, the debater tried to flip the meaning of the debate after saying very clearly what he was going to talk about. And so definitely it was very, very wild and took a lot of hours. And so, yes, and I have been debating less, but clearly the debates reach a much larger audience. There's a purpose, there's a method to the madness. With all the things I'm doing, it's really hard to allocate time to do them, but I do think I need to do more of them again. Pierre Quinton says, do you believe the Greeks still have the Library of Alexandria books knowledge in their possession, or maybe hidden under another group of sneaky Europeans? Many of the things that were present, keep in mind, this is a long time ago. Many things have literally been destroyed. Some things will be rediscovered, but you should know that there's a lot of information written by Kemetic authors, written by the wise men and women of ancient Kemet that is still available. And so that is important. But there have been things that have been destroyed. There's an excellent book called, oh goodness, now I'm going to forget the name of the book. But there are a few excellent books that describe the rampant desecration that was done against the Kemetic ideal, against Kemetic documents, Kemetic sources, all of those things. And I think that destruction of, oh goodness, I'm literally going to forget the title. Catherine Nixie, The Darkening Age. That's the name of the book. I just noticed where I put it. It's called The Darkening Age by Catherine Nixie. It's one of the books that starts to tell that story. And there's another one that I am going to, I'm certainly not going to remember that one, but that one focuses on some of the destruction that was done by Christians to attempt to, in many ways, I think we should say, here it is right here. It's called Making and Breaking the Gods. Here's another book that helps you understand that. Christian Responses to Pagan Sculpture in Late Antiquity by Troels Meijer Christensen. This book is also another one that talks, this one talks more extensively about what happened in Kemet. And you should know that the destruction was rampant. And so it's something that we should be aware of. Okay, let's move to what we're supposed to do. Ankin Ma'at to Kimberly Blue, who's coming from Strong Island, been part of these gatherings for so long. Ankin Ma'at to Kwame Ronald Garrison, who you know is one of the chiefs in Ghana. It was installed at the same time Anika and I were installed. He says, Dad is in Toronto, wants me to coordinate my flight to meet him in New York. Oh, really? Oh, please let me know if you're going to be in New York. We would definitely love to, for an event like that, I think it's very possible that you might actually see Anika and myself in the same space. We are not enemies. We're no longer mated, but we're not enemies. We would both want to see you. And so I will also let her know that you may be here on the 17th. And definitely give me some more info if you can, so that we can hook up with you. I'm assuming you're leaving from JFK as well. I'm literally right now, I don't know, 15 minutes from JFK. And so definitely let me know what you're up to and if you need any assistance while you're here in New York City as well. Ankin Ma'at to Miss Chanel, coming to us from Toronto, Canada. Dwa, back to you, Queen. Ankin Ma'at to Conscious Shannon, Ankin Ma'at to Sullivan Walker, Ankin Ma'at to you all. Blissfully Evolving, Ankin Ma'at, Blissfully Evolving is one of our full members, right? I think I'm seeing your face there. Please don't make me misspeak again. But I think that's you. I think that's you. You ever feel like your glasses ain't doing what they used to do? I probably need to get my eyes tested again. This is terrible. Ankin Ma'at to you. I don't want to make another error, but if that's you, please let me know. I think that's you, looking at the little picture there. It's really small on my screen, you should know. Yes, I think that's Annette Cheryl. Okay, so yes, it is. Yes. I have made that error before and said some people were not full members and then some people were. So that Cheryl Lee is a very active member. She has a different handle. And so I may not recognize that. Ankin Ma'at to you, Sinette Cheryl, coming to us from the DMV. Much myrrh to you. I thought that was you. And thank you for the assist, Sinette Cortia. Thank you for the assist. I thought that was her. And I was going to call her name, and then I didn't want to make an error. But I guess, think long and think wrong is usually what they say when it comes to testing. That's what I tell my students as well. Well, let's move into what we're meant to do today. As you know, I will not be here for very long. As I said to some of you, I'm running to assist my nephew with his car, which is broken down in Brooklyn. So I'll be doing that. Thankfully, he's not alone. Our cousin is there with him, but he does need my assistance. Let me go ahead and just remind everyone that there is going to be a celebration of Baaba Heru. On December 6th, it's going to be at the Caribbean Cultural Center in Brooklyn. And then on December 7th, it's going to be at Medgar Evers College in Brooklyn as well. I will be speaking at the Medgar Evers College event in Brooklyn. And I'm hoping that you all will attend as much as you can. We'll be there. We're going to try. I'm going to be making sure that the event is streamed if we can. And so all of that will be there. There's an error here, as you can see. In the post, it says that the Caribbean Cultural Center African Diaspora Institute is in Harlem. That is not the case. So I'm not exactly sure how that occurred. If any of you who have been more active on the committee can just explain here. But it's supposed to be a 2-day event. My understanding is that the larger event is going to be on the Sunday. But I'm hoping that you all are, to be clear, we need to schedule Shrine possibly before Baaba's ceremony for details and open discussion as discuss our Shrine agenda. Well, keep in mind that the ceremony is next week. It's next week. If you think that I'm going to be in Florida, but I am, if you need to meet in the evening, that's not something that I'd be adverse to. It just would probably need to be a little bit later in the evening. So please let me know if you'd like to meet. We can do that. We can certainly schedule a meeting to discuss it. I must admit to you, I have not been active on the committee, and so I may not know all of the latest that's going on. Senator, you may know more about what the planning than I do. And so we should definitely chat about it, okay? So we can be clear about what needs to happen. But I'm hoping that you all will be active there and will be present in many ways. And I'm scheduled to speak to a few folks who are in the leadership of the committee so that I'll have a better idea to be able to tell you a bit more about what's happening. And so this is important. Let me see. What do I think about the attack on Professor Small? I wish I could spend more time talking about that now. I just don't. I see that Professor Small made some comments about whether we always know what's happening with all of the organizations in our community, and perhaps how some of them may actually be essentially cutouts by other institutions that are trying to harm us in a cloaked manner. And so I believe that he made a comment, which was not a very direct or offensive comment, but he made a comment, and because of that, there have been people in the FBA community that are frustrated and upset with him. And I think that, to be very clear, I think his comment was appropriate. And I think that it is possible. He did not say he knew what was happening with FBA. He said, we have to be sure that these things are not happening in our community. How do we know that they aren't? Keep in mind that Professor Small has been through our struggles in the 50s and the 60s and the 70s. He's aware of what happens when institutions attempt to co-opt our drive, our interest. And so he was cautioning us about that. And so that seems to be what's happening. And I'm very concerned about it. And I need to reach out to Professor Small to see how he's doing in the light of all these things. So can we do this very quickly? Can we do the opening of the way and then shift towards what we would normally do? Let me say to you that there are probably some of you full members that might come in and do the opening of the way. I want to make sure that I am sending you the link. I would love for someone to come in and lead us in the opening of the way. It would be very helpful, even more helpful, because I am of more than one, of two minds today. I'm thinking about my nephew in a situation I need to assist him with, and also thinking about Kemetic Ascension. And so it'd be really helpful if someone could come in and lead us in the opening of the way. Just click the link. I put the link inside the chat. You should be able to see it. Come on in. Let's do the opening of the way. As you know, I do not plan to be here long. I am going to play the tribute to Baaba Heru that we created some time ago. It's not the tribute. I'm going to play a small piece of Baaba's what's the best way for me to describe this? I'm going to play a small piece of the commemorative video. That's probably the best way to describe this. That was done and played at his event in November of 2018. And then we will shift and move on for today. As I said, for full Shrine members, if you need to talk about, you may be more aware of what needs to be done than I am. I've just been asked to speak. But if there's something more that we should be doing, please let me know so that we can schedule that and move forward. And then we'll work from there. Okay? Okay. So Robbie Queen says, I would if I could remember the whole thing. That is fine. Let's stand and do the opening. Let's stand and do the opening. Know that this means that we must stand in the position of adoration. I'm hoping that by now you're all aware of the opening of the way. Even if you are not a full member, if you've been part of these gatherings, you should know about. You should know. Yes, we'd like to talk about who's coming, so we can perhaps sit together. Perhaps what we should do is, why don't we schedule a meeting on, I think the best day for me, and I know that this is closer to the event, would be Thursday. If Thursday could work, I think that it would need to be a little bit later to work for me, unfortunately. Maybe around 9 p.m. I'm going to be at a conference all week this week. That's how I make the donuts. If you're able to do that, it would be wonderful if we could do something like 9 p.m. Thursday. If it needs to be earlier, let me know, okay? Members, reach out. Senatan, Senet Shankal, let me know if it needs to be earlier. But let's try to schedule something on Thursday. It will work. I took off work on Friday to drive up. Oh, wonderful. Okay. So let's try to do 9 p.m. on Thursday evening, and we'll work from there. Okay? All right. I see Sanet Cortia has come in. Try to do 9 p.m. on Thursday evening, and we'll work from there. There's Sanet Cortia. All right. I see Annette Cortez. I think you have to turn down your speakers. And you're saying, all right. I see Annette Cortez. I think you have to turn down your speakers. Also, I'm gonna mute and let you take it away. Just so I'm gonna mute and let you take it away. Just
Did that help? Can you hear me now? Well, what do I do? Maybe mute? I don't even know. Is that better? Is that any better? You can hear me now? Okay, good. I guess I had to mute it. Okay, we ready? Okay. Okay, guys, we're gonna chant the word Ankh for everlasting life. Can you hear me? Take a deep breath. Anechak and Bedhet. Nuke and Bedhet. Anechak Hapi. Nuke Hapi. Twau in turn. Turn to the right. Anechak Circuit. Nuke Circuit. Anechak Guamuntef. Nuke Guamuntef. Twau in turn. Anechak Ast. Nuke Ast. Anechak Amset. Nuke Amset. Twau in turn. Anechak Meat. Nuke Meat. Anechak Dwamuntef. Nuke Dwamuntef. Twau in turn. Anechak Newt. Newt. Anechak Gab. Touch the ground. Newt there. Twau in turn. Turn to the right. Anechak Shoe. Shoe. Nuke shoe. Anechak Tefnut. Nuke Tefnut. Twau in turn. Turn to the right. Anechak Pau interu. Nuke Pau interu. Anechak Imbu interu. Nuke Imbu interu. Twau in turn. Now we take our last breath and chant Ankh as well for everlasting life. We give thanks, Natur. We give thanks.
I'm afraid to unmute. I hope you can hear me. But I did unmute. Let me just say dwa to you. I think there's also a delay. You can hear me.
I can.
I think dwa. There was feedback, so I muted. And there's a delay as well. So let me say dwa.
Yes, there is a little bit of a delay, but it's okay.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And there's a delay. So let me say dwa.
Yeah, I'm looking at the TV and at the same time texting from the phone. So that's why we have so much stuff going on.
I know how that is. Trust me, I know how that is. But let me say dwa to you once again. Annette Cortia coming to us from the ATL, one of our full members. I'm going to let you go here just because the feedback is a little challenging. But dwa to you. You know we murr you. And I just have to say divine thanks for assisting us. You know we murr you. I just have to say Okay, there was a little bit of a delay. Dua once again to Sanit Cortia, and Dua to all of you. I know that some of you have come in since. Please, please understand that. I'm hoping I'm not missing many of you, but I just want to say Dua to you. I mur you, we mur you, and I'm hoping that all of you will be present in some form or fashion for Baaba Heru's celebration. With that, I'm going to play a tribute that I created for Baaba Heru before his first celebration that we did for him at the oh goodness, what is the name of that location? It is in in Brooklyn. I think it's called the Black Lady. It was the Black Lady Theater, I think is what the name of that space is. I do not believe that it operates as a theater anymore, but definitely I want you to take a look at this ceremony. I mean, at this video, and then we'll conclude for the day. And I'm going to put on some dirty clothes and run to get up under a car because my poor nephew is struggling. But take a look at this video.
Now, both of you are representatives of Kemet culture. I'd like to know why Kemet and not Egypt?
Because Kemet represents the indigenous civilization wrought by African people. Egypt represents an imposition by foreign colonizers to this very day.
An imposition by whom? Who are the
In 525 BC, the Persians came into Kemet and conquered our peace-loving ancestors. In 300 BC, the Greeks came. In 3 BC, the Romans came.
In effect, are you saying that you are the original dwellers of the place we know today as Egypt?
We represent that culture. We represent that ancestry. Yes, we do.
That's very interesting.
You will ask, well, what is this sacred, what is this sign that these people are claiming? What is this talk all about? Is it just a symbol of pagans and heathens? No, it's a word in our ancient language, a word of the known as metaneter or metaneter. Symbol of life, eternal resurrection to life. This key of life puts things in proper perspective because it shows, as our ancestors always knew in Africa, in our matrilineal and matrifocal culture, that the mother does matter. Anyone who think that they can worship a deity that does not recognize the mother is schizoid. And I say that without fear of contradiction. As our ancestors showed, the womb is first. And the word is not uttered until you emerge out of the womb. This is Nut, the divine mother heaven. And even though Dr. Ben traces heaven to a particular part of the woman's anatomy, we say that all of our women are heaven. When you visit the Nile Valley and the temples, you see from one end of the temple to the other a body stretched with stars in her body, and each of us is a star from the body of Nut, the Divine Mother. This represents her womb, Nut. This here is Shu, the atmosphere, the wind, and the water. And this here is Gad, the earth, the father, the earth father. So you see, our world has been turned upside down. And we're going to make it right side up again. Because no longer are we going to tolerate the man upstairs and the woman being put down on the earth and trampled upon. African people to worship a deity that does not recognize the mother of creation verges on ancestral treason.
Can I say that I truly enjoy that video? You see Baaba through the decades, and it's still difficult to watch for me. I'm dealing with the absence of Baaba Heru. It's been difficult. Some days are better than others. It's like losing an uncle, someone that you work with very closely, and so we didn't speak as much in the last year of his life. And that's just simply because he wasn't always as lucid. But I must say that it's hard to remember him in this manner and to see his legacy and to know that for so many of those events there, I was on the sidelines or sitting or carrying his books or his ankh for him. And so it's hard not to have him here in physical form. And to hear him talking about being a star in the body of Nut was emotional for me, because he started saying that to me in the early 2000s. He started saying he knew that he was going to be leaving soon. Obviously, I had him for much longer than he might have even thought he would have been with us. But it is still difficult to look at some of that and not have an emotional response, not just because our community has lost something, but because it feels to me like it is harder for me to have him be a guide in my life. And so that some days I'm better than others. What can I say? What can I say? I know what I would tell you if you lost someone that was like a family member to you. And I know that so many of you are feeling what I am feeling about Baaba. But sometimes even the best guidance that you can give someone, you struggle with yourself. And so that's probably what I would say to you all. With that, let me just say, I'm hoping that you will be present in the activities that are going on next week. I saw a comment from, I believe, I believe I saw Sinet Chinka say that she wanted to figure out where we would sit together and all of the like. We'll definitely do that, and we'll meet meet on Thursday online. I'll send out a link for Shrine members so that we'll be able to talk more about the celebration before it occurs. Okay? Well, with that, let me say to you, I am asking that the divine Neteru and our powerful ancestors guide us all in this challenging time. Remind us that the newest among them, Baaba Heru Ankh Ra Samad Se Pata, is there with them to provide continued guidance, to shower us with myrrh as he makes his journey in the belly of our mother Nut. And I truly hope that all of you are feeling his presence as I feel his presence, even though you may be in a bit of sorrow as I am in sorrow. Understand that he is eternal and that death does not destroy our elder and death does not destroy us. Please get up in your altars. Make sure you're speaking to our ancestor, our elder ancestor, so that he can continue to play a role in your life as I know that he will continue to play a role in mine. With that, I'm going to conclude. You know how many times I say I'm going to conclude early and you all laugh because you know that I can talk for 8 hours without breathing, right? But today I actually am going to check out a little bit early so I can go and assist my nephew. So with that, let me just say, Shem Em Ma'at, go forth in divine balance. We will see you all next week, either online or in person. Please be well and remember to speak to our ancestor.